Hi guys, it's Simon here. As you can see, I've got a new hairstyle this week. Instead of letting my hair just hang out everywhere like it has before, I've decided to tie it up at the back of my head in a ponytail. The proof is in the pudding being the back of my head. I'm hoping that this not only keeps all the hair out of my face in time for exams to begin, or as my school dubs them, Student Assessed Coursework, or SACs instead, for short. I also hope that this gives me a little bit of a reboot in school, and potentially on the channel, because you never know what people are going to like. And at school, things have been positive about my hair in a ponytail, so hopefully it continues onto the channel. Or I could potentially become the target of man bun hate, which is something that I don't want, especially coming up to the stressful time, as I said earlier, about the SACs, because those things really get under your skin. Anyway, moving on from my hair to a quite popular segment on the show. Jamie Bell 5 gave some pretty positive reviews about this segment last week, and to be fair, I love it when people give me good compliments about the channel. It spurs me on to create more and more videos. So, in light of that and my other plans, I've decided to do a second Hump Day Hopkins rehash. Now, I'm sorry if Monday doesn't fit with your Hump Day terms, but last Wednesday when I tried to record this, I was all over the place. I was stressed out from exams, I was exhausted from the day. I couldn't even muster up enough strength to go downstairs and watch Winter. And you know it's bad when I can't sit down and watch my favourite show without getting exhausted and muddled. So, I've had to kind of rest myself and prep myself for eventually having to do the channel again. And I think today's the day that I can get up and I can do this properly without any hitches. So, I'll get that out of my face. Those short ends really do bother you sometimes. I'm going to go to her, Katie Hopkins's, Twitter feed, which is the main part of the Hump Day Hopkins rehash. So for those of you who don't know, the Hump Day Hopkins rehash is where I go through Katie Hopkins's Twitter feed, Katie Hopkins being an outspoken journalist for the Sun newspaper. I pick out her best tweets, in my opinion. I read them out, give a little summary of it, and then sit back and hope that my channel does not get bombarded with haters. So far, it's actually worked out quite okay. There's only been like 4, 5 something haters, and those are people who usually give dislikes and comments slagging me off for being pathetic and how it was a shit stain on British history that Katie Hopkins made the final of Celebrity Big Brother. That person knows exactly who they are, by the way, and I'm not going to reveal their name, but they're going to know who they are. And believe me, there have been worse shit stains on the world than Katie Hopkins making the Celebrity Big Brother finale. You need to step back and reconsider yourself if you align with that particular person. But moving on from haters and moving on to the segment. Now, forgive me if I go, going through her feed, because she posted what people have perceived to be a crude-looking flower, and they've responded with their own crude-looking flowers as well, in rather, let's just say, private positions. So, if I go, it's probably because of that. I don't want to see that in flowers. I don't want to see that in nature. That can wait. Yeesh. Anyway, I'm going to start going through the Twitter feed. Now, I've noticed her column is pretty good this week, and I'm going to read that out at the end of the video because it will take up too much time at the start. So I'm going to go through the little tweets first. So this one actually made me pretty happy because I've been waiting for her My Fact Story documentary to come out, and she tweeted this morning, Katie Hopkins, she tweeted, Hashtag my fat story comes to Australia on 7th of April with 2 kisses in the form of X's. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, Katie. At last, I've been waiting ages to see this documentary, and I've gone all over. I've gone through YouTube, I've gone through Dailymotion, but nothing has shown up. I haven't checked Project Free TV, I'll try that next. But if that's not there, bring on 7th of April. I'm just hoping it's on one of the free-to-air networks, because if it's on Foxtel, I'm screwed because I don't have it, and I'm going to have to wait till the DVD comes out, which will mean months and months and months of more waiting. So hopefully it's free to air. Anyway, moving on. This one. Someone called Sarah Strong tweeted to Katie Hopkins, and Katie retweeted it. Sarah Strong said, "My granddad asked who you were, to which my nana replied, 'She's the one everyone can't handle.'" Sarah, your nana has a great view of the world as it is at the moment. Well done. Okay, moving on from that. Uh-oh, flower. Okay. I feel as though the flowers are going to come up even more so often, so I'm going to actually read out the tweet that started it all. Katie said, "Just straddled bathroom mirror. All women do this occasionally. Surely? Well, if you count Sue Knight snogging the mirror in Puberty Blues as straddling the mirror, then sure. But she posted this photo to go with it. Just in case this upsets anyone, I'm going to apologise for having this image burned into your eyes. But if I've seen it, then you have to as well. So here's the image that started it all. Which is essentially, I'm bending over to get this across, a yellow flower with something poking out of it. If that's supposed to be what I think it's supposed to be, that poor guy has a case of short man syndrome. Poor bloke. Anyway, moving on from that. And hopefully that is the last time I have to show one of those flowers on this channel. But there'll probably be more. Oh no. Someone's tweeted her back. I'm sure it was more like this in response to the bathroom mirror photo, with a rather polite vision of a Venus fly trap. To which someone else called Dan Rhodes _93. I'm not sure if that's the official Dan is on fire. And no, it's not, so my sister's going to be disappointed. Anyway, he said, "Penis fly trap." That is going to traumatise me. One day the wrong thing's going to slip out when I'm gardening, and that's a lavender, that's a rose, and oh, that's a penis fly trap. Oh! And that could potentially happen one day, so who tweeted that again? I've gone past it. Dan Rhodes _93. I hope you're bloody pleased with yourself. Anyway, moving on. I'm not showing that one. I'm not showing that disturbed orchid. You can go onto Katie's Twitter feed and look at it yourselves if you want to. I'm not showing it on this channel. Okay. Someone called Kiana Burgess X messaged a photo of the Simon Cowell Katie Hopkins incident regarding her joining the BGT panel, and she messaged a picture, and it has Simon Cowell's words of whether he would hire Katie for Britain's Got Talent. I'm not going to repeat the words because they're absolutely disgusting, and I'll go into that into a later rant. But here's what Katie's face looked like. It looks like one of those things that you see on Sunrise with the sketch artists doodling in the courts, kind of like that a little bit, or like the I'm trying to remember what the word is. The members of Parliament being drawn in like the newspapers down here. So, whoever did that, maybe you should consider getting a job at a newspaper, because that looks like a pretty good drawing from where I've seen it. It blends in kind of well with that kind of perception of things. Okay, Vince Kokoza, let me just check something. Nope. I don't think he's related to Frankie Kokoza. But if he is, good on you, buddy. You're related to a celebrity. But, moving on. Or, at vkokoza76, tweeted, "As an engineer, this made me laugh more than a line of poorly written VBA code." And this is probably why, even though I've included her in the kind of post-ups about the Hump Day Hopkins rehash, that she hasn't noticed me because of this tweet, where she says, this is like a flashback to 2 years ago, she says, "I hate teenagers almost as much as I hate safely ejecting my USB sticks." Oh, Katie. What are you gonna do when your children grow up? Oh dear. Let's see what else is going on. This sounds... I'm not sure if this is supposed to be really nasty and offensive to feminists, but I think this sounds funny, so I'm just going to say it. Katie said, "Just plaited my armpit hair into fishnet tights. Gangster feminazi. Hashtag International Women's Day 2015. The idea of someone plaiting their armpit hair is kind of crazy, unique, and funny all at once. And oh dear. This poor user, at Sarah with 2 H's, Rush, tweeted, and Katie Hopkins retweeted, "Katie Hopkins on my fridge keeping me in check." And this is what she's got on her fridge. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but it's a photo of Katie's Celebrity Big Brother photo. Over it are the words, "Are you seriously going to eat that?" Well, if it's a Magnum, then yes, Katie, I am going to eat it, but I'm going to exercise it off later. So hopefully that makes things better. I mean, she can't just command us all to starve. That's unnatural. Okay. Someone's given a link to the Fat Club that Katie is checking in with. I think that I weigh actually okay. I think I weigh around 55 kilograms, so I don't think I need to join. But thanks for the invitation. What's this? Okay. This one says, I think it's saying that this might not have been posted, but still, this looks funny. Katie Hopkins said, all the way back in 2013, "Isn't it time that fat Vickers with glasses stopped eating so much cheese?" Actually, I'm not going to feign that. I don't find that funny, but nice try. Anyway, moving on. It's got to be something interesting. Oh, that's what it was. It was done by Comedy Central. Meaning that those tweets probably weren't real, but the one with teenagers and USB sticks was fantastic. Oh, she messaged them. Good effort. You forgot, I think, all small ginger children should have "I apologize" tattoo on their foreheads. Oh my goodness. Oh my days. She's never gonna let up about that, is she? Oh, not good. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, she gave a rant about Cadbury chocolate. Let's see what she said. Cadbury UK. You call yourselves Cadbury UK, but you actually sold out to the States. Why do Mini Eggs 2015 taste like an American chocolate? Ouch. I'm assuming that American chocolate does not taste very nice. If that is the case and you guys in the UK are being given American chocolate in your form of Cadbury, I pity you. I feel so sad for you. That's if American chocolate tastes bad. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to miss most of these because they're referring to International Women's Day, and as people know, I'm a male feminist, so I don't want to have to say out things that could be considered, well, a little bit insulting. Anyway. Oh, I love this. Donovan, not hashtag, at DC Cowley said, and Katie Hopkins retweeted, can't tell if Katie Hopkins is a horrible person or just English. Well, if you look a little bit further, you'll find it's one of the two, or both. So, you may need to look a little bit further than that. Let's see. What else have we got? Oh, this one. W.H. Smiths. I will pay you 2 pence for a carrier bag when you make carrier bags that carry something bigger than a cream egg. Deal? This is a time of the show where I go, slay, 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 slay. Good on you, Katie Hopkins. You stick it to W.H. Smiths. I was watching, School of Rock last night, so I'm thinking of, saying, stick it to the man, but stick it to W.H. Smiths. Or both, whichever you want to do, and pretty much you're going to pick both of them. Moving on. I wouldn't put it past her anyway. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Give at Petri Hoskin LBC a ding to chat whether it's okay for a mum to have her own son's baby who is legally his brother. And she has given the number, which I'm going to read out for all of Australia to hear, 0345 606 0973. If you call that number, you pay your own telephone bill. You don't coming to me asking for money to pay it. You rang the number, you pay for it. Anyway, looking at that, is it okay for a mum to have her own son's baby who is legally his brother? Absolutely not! My God, have we really descended to something like this? Oh, God. If it has, then, oh, goodness. Something tells me that I'm going to need to hear that lying down and me stuffing my face with a Magnum and hot chocolate to understand and to process that someone's even thinking about that, let alone that happening. Anyway, someone wants the Sun newspaper to go to North America, and that's Katie Hopkins. Can you ship it down here as well? Because I really want to read your columns, and all I can get of reading your columns is when people post it on Twitter. And even then, edges with words are blocked off, so I can't process every single thing. So if you can send some down here, that would be really nice. Oh, she had like a Sun Perks event that a lot of people went to, including some of the people in the Team Hopkins list that I was added to last night. So if any of Team Katie are actually watching in the lists, hi! Thank you for adding me, I really appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. Oh god. She suggested her own topic for debates. Let's see. Is Dave the Rave being a coward? Or is Ed moribund? Sounds like a breed of fish. Moribund. Just trying to compensate for being crap at eating bacon sarnies. Hashtag debates 2015 at LBC. What is LBC? Leading Britain's conversation. I can lead my own conversation, thank you very much. I'm perfectly fine. Okay. Let's see. Oh, someone must have tweeted an insult at her, which they've deleted. And she's responded, I would never end up on benefits because I don't smoke, own an iPhone 6, or have Sky. I simply don't qualify. I don't smoke, thank God, and I never will. I'm straight edge, BTW. I don't own an iPhone 6, I own an iPhone 4. And I don't have Foxtel, which constitutes Sky News. So, I think I'm gonna be okay, so... Woo! Moving on. This one. Capping child benefit at free children. Might be better to cap the number of mobile phone contacts for parents on benefits at Petre Hoskin LBC. You lead Britain's conversation, but why not Australia's? Why? Anyway, it sounds like something witty, so I thought I'd just read it out. Okay, someone's just tweeted out an insult to her. At Rena_O'Connor tweeted to Katie Hopkins, you're a jealous old hag. Just because you gained and lost 3.5 stone to prove a point doesn't make you a superstar. It makes you an idiot. But she enforced the point. Sometimes we eat too much and we don't move enough. It's always good to keep both in check. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. Okay, this says, getting your mum to have a baby. Ugh, it's that one again. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt and your brother's son. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And she's tweeted it again at Petra Hoskin LBC. I've gotten a nasty itch on my nose today. I've noticed that several times, so if I'd like to this during the video, it's just trying to say it, but it's probably not going to work. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. Oh god. Oh my word. When bum filters go wrong and rot your leg, shoving toilet roll in the holes may not be the answer. That's really kind of, what's the word? Alliteration. That's what I use for the title of the Hump Day Hopkins rehash, because there are a lot of H's. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I feel so sorry for this poor woman. It would be horrible to have this. This is awful. Yeah. I'm going to give you a minute to absorb that. Those do look like toilet rolls, or like those things that you just pull out, like at the toilets, that crabby wiping paper. Wiping your hands. Not wiping that region, or any of those regions. Wiping your hands, you find them at near the sinks, and you know what, I'm just going to continue going down her Twitter feed before I make a fool of myself. Okay. Matthew Rose, aka at Maticus25, tweeted, Waiter, restaurants, when the customer asks for the gluten-free menu, my face be like Katie Hopkins. Just order something. This is officially the face that launched 1,000 memes whilst she was on the show. I'm gonna put it a little bit further. I'm gonna try and imitate it, so. I'm doing more of a pout more than anything else. Just shows that she's better at more stuff than me, so that's more reason for me to beat myself up every day. Anyway, moving on. This person. Cunions at Faye, otherwise known as Daitio, I think I'm mispronouncing the name, Diphyologahair. Diphyo something on Twitter. Anyway, Diphyologahair. It's like hair but with an E on the end. I'm shit at pronouncing names, I apologise whatever your name is. She said, is Piers Morgan a diluted male version of Katie Hopkins? Hashtag late late, hashtag late late show. No. He's a shittier, less popular version of Katie Hopkins. And I can vouch for that. You don't bag Madonna. You just don't. And saying just because she fell means that she's a tired hag who can't do her career anymore. People fall all day. She got up when most people would just lie on the ground and start whinging and crying, which is more than what you've done, Mr. Pompous Idiot. Sorry about that. Pardon me for my little rant there. I just can't handle it when people are just plain old nasty and can't see logic properly like that. Anyway. Oh yeah. Katie continued to rant about Kelly Clarkson again. Katie, you really need to know when to drop it. Because now I'm finding myself pulling into send. This is Katie Hopkins pulling me towards her side. This is Kelly Clarkson pulling me towards her side. I'm going to essentially rip down the middle unless this stops. Anyway, her messages got back to America and, like I predicted, they pounced on her. So, Katie tweeted, America, stop telling me to find God. God with no capital G. Uh-oh. I found Pinot Grigio many moons ago and have never looked back. I'm worried if Pinot Grigio is substituting as her god because there's a good chance that if she continues going on Pinot Grigio, she could potentially become an alcoholic. But I think she knows where to draw the line. At least I hope she does. Don't you? I mean, say what you like about her, but you wouldn't wish alcoholism and having to go through rehab and therapy and, what's it called? I'm trying to remember what it is. It's a term you use for like stopping use of a substance or something. Detox? Something like that. Anyway. Moving on. I think there's time for like 2 more because I'm worried that my iPad's going to time out of space. Okay, 3 more. And these are parts from the newspaper that she does. I think it's The Sun. I'm not sure about this one. I think this one's different. Okay, someone ranted called Josh Booth from Manchester ranted to the TV section of a magazine, leave Katie alone. After seeing Celebrity Big Brother's Katie Hopkins on ITV's Loose Women, I can't believe the way she was treated. Colleen Nolan and Janet Street Porter were so unprofessional in the way they spoke to her. Questions were fired, but she wasn't allowed to answer. When Perez Hilton was on the show, they made like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll go through that phrase again. Let's just forget that ever happened. So, in the words of Gene Wilder, strike that, reverse it. Okay. When Penis Hilton was on the show. They made light of what he did in the house just because he's friends with panelist Nadia Sawalha. Team Hopkins. Josh, welcome to Team Hopkins. Enjoy yourself whilst you're here. Penis Hilton just bugs me. If he's on Strictly this year, I'm going to go insane. If he's paired up with Ola Jordan, I'm just going to barricade myself in my room and not come out until he's out. Sheesh. Some people may think I'm harsh, but Perez's strike that, reverse that. Penis Hilton has done some very nasty things, including bullying other celebrities into coming out. That is not someone I want in the LGBT community. That's not someone I want to know at all. He is hoping his website gets shut down, especially after him and Alicia Duval ganged up on Cammie Lee this week over her past involvement with mugshots. I'll go into that one a little bit in a different rant. Right, so moving on. These are the last two posts. These come from her column. Right. This is a short little part about that incident I've been talking about all through. She said, Katie Hopkins has said, through her column on The Sun, a mother has made the bonkers decision to have a baby for her son. She provided the womb, not the womb. Her son provided a fertilized egg from a donor. So literally, he had to stand in the room holding the cup. If so, that's completely disrespectful, and that's just completely wrong. It's like child abuse or something. Okay, moving on. Her son provided a fertilized egg from a donor, and 9 months later, Bob's your uncle, and Fanny's your brother, who is also your adopted son. That family's already full of nut jobs. I can see that already. Okay, I'm not sure if they have come up with the name yet. I'm just remembering that end thing. I'll try again. I'm not sure if they've come up with a name yet. Frankenstein might be a fair shout. Oh my god. Frankenstein might be a fair shout. Oh my god. That is awesome. Oh, Katie, what would we do without you? Right. Now on to the final part of this particular segment where I read out her very long column. This week focusing on one topic. Whites are race victims. So let me read what she has said on her column. And this is me, not Kate. This is not me. It's what Katie Hopkins thinks, not me. I've got my words all mumbled, so hopefully I can read this right. Okay. This is what Katie Hopkins has written, just to verify again. Before you start shouting Islamophobe and tweeting your local police to declare that you have been offended, therefore by law I have caused offence, just listen. During the serious case review for the Oxford sex ring scandal, the report concluded there was no evidence of any agency failing to act due to racial sensitivities. There were more than 370 victims, all white British girls. The 7 men imprisoned were Asian. Of course, there are racial sensitivities. People are so frightened of being called racist, they refuse to speak out, silenced by their fear of offending. Being racist is not particular to white people. The Asian men judged white girls to be worthless. Many Muslims call white women prostitutes. If the 7 offenders were white British men and the 373 girls were Asian, BBC types would be scrambling to get a ticket on the outrage bus, determined to be seen standing up for ethnic minorities. Britain is so desperate to be multicultural, it ignores cries for help from its own people. If you are white, male, and non-Muslim, then you, my friend, are utterly and royally stuffed. I'm gonna let that sink in. She provides very good points with that. Like, I try to be multicultural as well, but if in a case where people who have white skin color are race victims, I'm gonna stand up for them as well. I do the same thing with a colored person. I do exactly the same thing on both angles. So if you're multicultural, it has to swing both ways, not just one way and then not come back around the other way. No one's giving as good as they're getting. Sheesh. She has done pretty well with that. I have to agree. She's written quite a good article. Anyway, that is pretty much the end of my second Hump Day Hopkins rehash. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to start getting back on the channel and posting some reaction videos now as well. I've noticed the Veronicas have finally released the music video for Cruel, so I'm going to do a reaction to that, but I'm going to wear my headphones because I don't want the video pulled down for like song things again. But maybe I can have the sound on. Either way, I'll try, and I'll see what happens. If it works, yay. If not, oh well. And also, I've seen Peachy's uploaded a whole string of PIFs, including an Ask Me Anything video, so I should be reacting to those in due course as well. So, that's pretty much it for me. If I stumbled over a lot of words and said things multiple times, I apologise. As I said, I've been all over the shop due to the sax, so when these eventually get done and out of the way, I'll be able to get through the videos much quicker. And also, a little bit of notice, it's my 17th birthday on the 14th of March. However, if you live like in another country like Britain or the USA and you're watching, it would be the 13th that would be my birthday. But feel free to celebrate over 2 days. I'd love that. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, the usual deal. Guess there's nothing else left to say other than bye guys, see ya.